Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, lost my breath right there. I got up, got all that. Ooh. No, I'm joking. But
like, get this man's inhaler.
What is a good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the ParablePreacher podcast.
Welcome.
I'm the host and creator, Jourdan, and today with us we have...
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Balaki. We back at it again for another episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Yes.
Hey, how you been, though, dog? How you been?
Also, y'all, I'm very tired.
I'm tired.
Okay.
The only reason I've been very tired is because I've been, like, every couple, I think about 3, maybe 4 days of the day during the week, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. to get to the gym at 5:30 to do some cardio, and then I go to work. Like, I'd be at work by 7:30.
Okay.
So, just trying to do some stuff. Now, I come home later that night, and I still do weights.
So, and a few episodes ago, you were telling me to come over to your house to do your home gym.
Yeah.
But now you're going to the gym.
Yeah, just for cardio.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got my bike, whatever, but it's been windy out here, and then, I don't like walking because walking doesn't really do much of anything. So I'm like, all right, let me do the elliptical or something else over there. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got my fat burn, especially I do it in the first thing in the morning. I don't have to drink no coffee now. Like I'm good to go.
You're kind of like energized already.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the day, you're gonna be tired because you got up early. Yeah, that makes sense. It
happens. Like most of the time, I've been okay and stuff, but today I don't know. I just feel like a little extra tired, but it's only because I was up later because I've been going to bed earlier too. So
okay. Yeah. What time you be going to bed?
I try to be in bed between 9:30.
Wow.
Yep, that's the old man life.
Wow, that is early.
Yeah, but if you're trying to be up at 5, though, you gotta get that sleep. Sleep's
important. You do. Sleep is very important, bro.
Yes.
Why a little bit, but sleep's very important, and I think sometimes we forget that, and we just try to stay up, wake up early, but keep going, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you try to get a few hours, and then okay, no, that's good, that's enough.
Now I remember you and me, like when we were going to the gym together and stuff, we were getting maybe 5 hours of sleep or under.
Yeah.
And then we would be like, oh yeah, go to work, do what we need to do, and then go to the gym right afterwards.
That was foolish.
Yeah.
That was foolish.
But hey, when you're young, you can do that though. We're getting older, we
definitely.
can't do that no more. I mean, we could, but not the wisest.
No, we'll definitely start to feel it more.
Yeah, I didn't realize how detrimental it was too for the workouts or whatever. It's while we could seem to push after a certain limit, I was like, oh, because we're not getting rest.
No recovery.
Yeah,
you plateau faster. You hit that peak faster. The more you you need recovery. Recovery and diet are keys.
Yeah.
To getting either weight loss, gaining muscle, stuff like that. It's key to your workout, bro.
Exactly.
The workout itself is important, but it's only a portion of it.
It's 20%.
Yeah.
And then they say the other 80% is your sleep and diet.
Yeah. Because you can't be. Because some people be thinking they could eat whatever, and that's true to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Depending on your metabolism and what your goals are. But if you're trying to lose weight, you truly can't eat whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
And still be able to lose that weight.
Yeah, so your boy can't sit over here eat a large pizza no more after doing the cardio and a bunch of weights and be all right, yeah, let's go, bro. And be nah, bro. Or get bazookies and stuff.
Yeah, I was just about to say we used to be able to eat whatever, bro, and still just be able to gain muscle, dog.
Yeah, man. That was wild though, because we would go over to BJ's it's super late at night, and then go get the burger and fries because it was happy hour, so all the food was cheap. And we always did that, and then we get a bazooki platter after.
Yeah.
And it would sometimes be just us two, or it'd be the rest of the guys. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
We were wild.
That was fun though, bro.
No,
that was fun, bro. I remember. I think we did 2 years in a row, where it was just you and me who ate the bazooki platter by ourselves.
Yep.
We just split that sucker in half. I ate one half. He ate one other half. I think you always went to what'd you go to? You always had the
after the
no. What flavor did you get?
The macadamia.
Macadamia. I thought so.
It was the next best thing I could find after they got rid of the red velvet.
Red velvet was crucial. R.I.P. to my brew. But yeah, I would always get a Oreo, cookies and cream. That's my go-to, bro.
That's a good one though.
Yeah, because to me, I could just devour that sucker. You think we could ever do it? We gotta try it. I know. I feel like one time we have to try it because it's been
I got
at least 4 years, bro. It's been 4 years, dog. I feel like
we'll come back in 10.
Nah, dog.
10-year anniversary, bro.
5-year anniversary, bro. I feel like next year we gotta try it at least once, bro.
Oh man, bro. What if we just say
we have a whole 365 days to decide when and where.
We're gonna be struggling, bro. What if we just eat like a quarter of it, and also we're like, Mr. Stark, oh, it feels so good. Y'all be like, what you talking about? It's like, oh, and just be done.
Cause we had to go on walks afterwards, bro.
We did do walks.
Cause it was too much. We'd eat it, bro. Like, if y'all don't know what pizookie is, one is like they call it pizookie because it's like a pizza cookie. So it's just a cookie. But they have ice cream on it. Depending on what you get, like sauce and stuff like that, right? Yep. But it's fire, bro. So imagine a large pizza, bro, but it's the pizza or it's the cookie split in half, different flavor. He had macadamia, had cookies and cream. I would eat my side, he'd eat his side. So that's about, dog, cause it's about what, like it's over a foot long.
You see, if you're doing the pizza slices, I would say each side was at least about 6 slices.
6 slices, yeah.
Good Lord.
That was crazy.
So imagine a pizza, 6 slices, eating all that, but this time imagine it sweet and being a cookie. On top of that, there's like what, 6 stacks of ice cream or something like that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you get a crap ton of ice cream. It's
yeah.
And we're both lactose too, bro.
But at the time, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't.
Yeah, we were fine.
Yeah, we were cool. Oh, speaking of being lactose, bro, you gotta try Lactaid.
Oh no, I drink that every day.
No. The pills.
Oh,
Lactaid
the pills. Oh, I drink the milk that's like that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you ever want to eat ice cream and it's not lactose free, try Lactaid before and eat it. You're good, bro.
Just no bloating, no pain.
No,
nothing.
you're good, dude.
Salvation has been
brought down.
I'm so serious.
It's so good, bro. Like, I'll show you afterwards. But yeah, just buy it. You have to take 3 pills with it. Yeah. But it's
not worth.
It's worth it, bro. It's worth it. They're not big. They're like small pills. Take it with your first bite of dairy or whatever. You're good, dog.
I probably won't until I have the Pizookie platter again, because like I don't have much dairy like that.
Yeah,
hardly.
You don't really eat sweets like that.
Nah, man.
Yeah, but if you ever go out with like the homies or whatever.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. I'll just make sure I grab one real quick before we go get Pizookies or something like that, though.
Yeah,
I know that we're going to be doing something just like that soon. Hopefully, maybe.
Yeah. That's the goal. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So spiritually though, real quick, how you doing?
We're still holding 9.5.
Okay.
Still
Cool. Mentally,
we're 2. No, I was kidding. Actually, okay. So
let me answer the spiritual. Let me answer spiritual first. For me, I'm about a 6, and I'm about a 7. Okay. Could be reading the Bible more. I feel like I've let life get in the way of it, which is not what I want to be doing. So I'm about to say like 7, stamped. Stamp that sucker. You feel me?
Okay.
But 7 could be reading the Bible more. Could be praying more. And just giving my problems and issues of God more before it hits a certain peak. Like it's not hitting like the worst and then I'm talking to God, but it's also not once it happens I'm talking to God. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think I need to be talking to him more frequently before the problem hits a certain point, which is bringing me down like a couple points, and then just reading the Bible more. I need to be doing that more. But I've been praying, doing Bible classes with my wife, talking about God more, getting prepared for Gianna, stuff like that. So I would say about a 7.
That's good. And then mentally?
So you want me to answer first?
Well,
I can answer first.
I'll say this though. Mine's gonna probably segue into today's topic today.
Oh, true.
You may want to probably hit that disclaimer real quick.
Yeah. Let's hit that disclaimer, then we'll get into it. Blake and I are not ordained ministers. We're not Bible scholars. We're 2 ministers in training who have a good amount of knowledge in which we like to share with the world. The goal is not to modernize the Bible, but to bring our modern day trials, tribulations, and issues to the Bible, to the scriptures, so we get that biblical application for our day to day lives.
There you have, folks. He got it.
Yes, sir. So today we're going to be talking about, you already know it, worry.
Did they even know about it? I don't know if they knew about it.
Oh, well, I mean, they clicked the video.
Yeah, fair. You guys clicked the video, so you know, or you listen to the podcast.
Yeah, it says worry.
All right, cool.
Something like that, being worrisome and how to deal with, your trials and your worries.
Yep, and there it is, guys. It's in the word. Done. We're going to talk about it. It's done.
I feel like we do that joke once an episode now.
Got to. It's funny because sometimes, like, we'll talk about things that's from the Bible, though, and it's like, it's so open book and shut. It's just like, I feel like some people are like, well, how can you expound on that anymore, though? But then when you start personalizing it, though, that's when it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the can of worms is open.
Yeah, like I feel like when we talked about giving, that was one.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of open and shut. You need to give. You need to give accordingly as God's blessing you, kind of thing. And at a certain point, we kind of did hit our like peak, but then we kept personalizing it and giving examples what people could be going through, and then that kind of just helped. But so man, talk to me, Doc.
All right, so I'm gonna answer your question. So I'm gonna rank my my mental. I would say probably like a 5 or a 4.
Sheesh.
And only reason because like your boy's been worrying a lot more than I should. So I don't know if anyone else gets like this though, but right now I'm still working my current job at the state right now, but I'm trying to find something else because I want to either get to my career or get something that pays more. And every time I apply for jobs, I automatically just feel like I'm getting anxious. Like, and I always have this self-negative talk in my mind when I'm applying for jobs. Like, oh man, you're not good enough. You don't have enough skills for this. Oh, yada, yada, yada. You could just, whatever excuse you put right there.
Yeah.
So, even now it's like, okay, I got my degree. I got most of the skills I need for my field, whatever. But now I'm just trying to find that entry-level position. And so then, like, it feels good. You're like, all right, cool. I'm going to apply for these jobs. Like, I got a chance to get one. Then you look at the list, it's like maybe like 10 things. You're like, all right, cool. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You're like, okay, I'm not familiar with that too much, but I know a little bit enough to get the basics. And it's like, okay, Photoshop. I'm like, yeah, I got that. Illustrator. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, Bootstrap and something else. You're like,
you applying for the Army? Bootstrap?
No, that's a program, bro.
Bootstrap. Okay. All
yeah, right. It's crazy. So it's like it'd be like a bunch of different other programs that I may have heard about or I just never seen or got any experience with. And I'm like, bro, when will I ever need to use that?
Okay.
I had no clue what that is. So like, I see more of that stuff coming up on like the job applications I'm trying to apply for, other than the stuff I actually went to school for. So it's a little discouraging a lot of times. I'm just like, bro, they're gonna look at my application and just toss it. Like, why I even bother applying? And everything. Like I always tell my friends always tell me like, oh, dude, just apply anyways. You never know. You might just get lucky one time. I'm like, okay, the only thing that I'll have at that point is like my personality. And like, granted, I'm not the most talkative person or super like, hey guys, how's it going? Can we do it? Yes, we can. No, I'm that guy. I'm like, hey man, how you doing? I'm Blake. I'm what I need to do. Like just straight to business, whatever. So it's like, most places don't want people like that. I mean, you need people like that, but they ain't the first person you want to get. You want to get
at least during the hiring application or the hiring stage. You're right. I see.
Yeah. So it's like, oh man, where'd I go? So I worry about that a lot though, because like I think as I'm getting older, at some point, like the Lord willing, He may bless me with someone that I might date and go into marriage. And
that's the goal.
Yeah, and as I'm getting older here, I'm like, okay, cool. The job I got, it pays the bills that I currently have though. But I was like, I don't have enough. I'm not making enough money to take on someone else in my life, and I want to be in a better spot at least where I could take on someone else in my life and build upon that though. Not saying like I want to be the only breadwinner, because I want my partner to still be making money too, doing their own thing independently, but I want to be able to help provide as much as I can, be in a better spot where I'm just like, oh, I can only pay for myself, you got to pay for you. It's like, no, I'm going to be able to like, once in a while I can pay for both of us, if not most of the time. And like, oh yeah, she could pay for me once in a while too, or something like that though. So I want to be in a better spot in my life, but I also want to have a job that's more fulfilling, either in my field or something else, whether that is involved in a church or something or just beyond. But I just want something better than where I'm at. So that's where the worry comes from a lot, and that's where we're at a low score mentally.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna answer the question in a second. Got a question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll answer my part, and then I'll go ahead and ask that question because it'll apply to both of us.
Okay.
So for me, I'm about the same. About like keep it a buck with y'all, like a 5, 6 maybe. 4 to 6, probably 5. I'll go 5. Just because there's a lot of dog. Let me kick it to you real quick. Let me be honest with y'all real quick.
Step them off. Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I feel like a lot of people don't understand what men be going through, and that's gonna sound sexist or whatever, bro. But
that's them. They ain't comfortable with that. There's continue.
Yeah. But let me clarify that real quick, because I feel like even men don't be understanding what we really be going through. We're told to keep a lot of stuff inside, bro.
Yep.
To be the breadwinner, to be the man, to lead by example, to if you're a Christian, put God first. If you're not a Christian, you still gotta provide for your family, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us don't have good outlets for that anxiety, depression, rage, whatever it is, right? And a lot of the time we're only supposed to be feeling anger, like that's a manly emotion. Oh, I'm an angry dude, you know what I mean? Kind of stuff like that. MMA, boxing, wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Which it's cool. I like it.
The aggression, huh?
But so I've been thinking a lot more about, like you were saying, jobs, careers, where all this is heading, especially with me having a baby on the way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
ParablePreacher. Currently, I'm working 2 jobs right now.
I do not need this, okay? My man has 2 jobs.
So providing for a family. But am I doing enough for my family spiritually? Because none of this stuff matters if I'm not being the man and providing spiritual knowledge, spiritual guidance for my family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we get into an argument, did I handle that correctly? Did I put God first in the argument? Did we pray about it? If we didn't pray about it, did we still handle it in a godly way? Was I cursing? Was I angry? Was I throwing stuff? Was I talking down to her? Was she talking down to me? So much goes into it, right? And all those things are possibilities for any couple who can get into an argument, right? But as a man, as a Christian man, we're supposed to handle things differently. We can't be over here yelling and cursing. Or if you're yelling, you can't be talking down, because the Bible says be angry and sin not. So I gotta work on that, think about that. But then I gotta stress this at work. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the worry aspect of it is it's getting to me recently. It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot, especially being a Christian man who's supposed to be different, dog. Like, we were talking within our within our studies recently, within the local congregation, it talked about having a job that's worthy of God. Do you know how easy? And we talked about OnlyFans last time, right? But for like OnlyFans is an example of a job that's not worthy of God, right? But for a man, it'd be stealing, selling drugs, doing things that, again, just not worthy of God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we gotta work and make sure we're doing things that are worthy of Him, and that's hard. So I just been thinking about a lot, bro. Because where I want to be. I shared with you my ambitions, bro. And I think being a man who has ambitions and not being there adds another level of worry, bro.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I want to take this platform, ParablePreacher, to new heights, dog. I know. Ooh, speaking of, just real quick, I found this Christian song, dog. This rap song. It's heat. I'm gonna share it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have the editor.
What's Orlando flow? Hey, yeah, I'm on the beat. High school, I rode a bus, but now I'm riding GMC. I ain't paid for it, but I prayed and Pops gave me the key. Now I ain't riding a foreign, but I get from A to B. If you could wait, then your blessing coming. Just be patient, G.
Cool. But no, it's heat though. But that's what I want to do, bro. You know that, and with that being like a dream of mine, with being my goal, I still got to make money for the fam.
Right.
So is it at this point just a dream? You know what I mean? Or is it, can it become a reality if I'm making money for the fam and putting them first? But what about ParablePreacher? What about these goals and stuff like that?
Right.
So I think just a lot of the time we don't have good outlets, and that can really bring us down. what was my question, bro? So how are you handling it though? Like what's your outlet for the worry right now? And I know you said spiritually you're good, but mentally you're down. So where's that disconnect? But let me ask you that. Where's the disconnect between your 9.5 spiritual and your 4 to 5 mental?
See, that's a tough one because it's like because a lot of people say like, oh, well, maybe you're just not praying enough though. But like, I pray to God about this stuff a lot. For some time now, almost on a daily, I feel I be praying about this stuff. And I think the worry where it comes from all of this though is because like for a while I was working part-time and I was doing school full-time, so it's like I didn't really have that space anywhere to like, okay, let me spend some time to apply for some of these jobs I want. Because at the same time, like I was going for my master's, like some of you guys would know I was going for my master's, which was a completely different field from what I'm currently trying to get a job in. So that's like taking me away from that already. And I only was still in school to keep my current job for that moment in time. Because otherwise I would have been jobless by March. And I'd probably be here more often. It would probably be more episodes up more often though, but it's like I'll be broke.
Yeah.
So I got your boy got to eat too, you know?
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
So, you know, now I got a little while longer before my job's got for the transfers again, so I'm out of school. So now I'm like, okay, I got the free time. Let me learn more from my field and like through books, through studies, and just more applying for myself. Also applying for jobs. And for a while there, it seemed like the jobs I applied for would be like 2, maybe 3 throughout the month.
Yeah.
And be like a longer gap maybe sometimes though, because I get busy or I get so anxious or fearful of it that I won't even try to. So I was like, all right, I did my 3, and like I'll check them like within a week, and all of a sudden, like if you're like on Indeed or whatever, after a while they'll say like, oh, not selected or whatever, so you know you didn't get the job. You're like, okay, well at least it's better when it wasn't the past, because you would just never know in the past. Like,
yeah.
Like you knew but you didn't know, so you're on the call, you're like, oh, did I get the job? They're like, oh no, we chose another candidate. You're like, okay, forget you too then.
Yeah.
Could have said something to her brother.
You could have texted, or email, man.
Something. So it was like a lot of those doors kept getting shut in my face though, so it was like very discouraging, especially for someone who like me was always discouraged even just trying to look for something out there to begin with. So I allowed my own fears to kind of manifest over and everything. And not saying there's like a lack of faith, whatever though, but it's just something like I kind of struggle with. And I think my best outlet about it now is talking to more people about it.
Yeah.
And I feel as I'm talking to more people about it, they're helping me be more accountable, because like sometimes they'll text me say, oh, how many jobs did you apply to recently? And if I say like none, they're like, what you doing? I'm like, well, I did this and this. It's like, okay, but is that important right now? I'm like, no, you're right. Yeah, I should probably apply more. So I've been trying to get in the habit as being more strict in my current schedule. So like my schedule right now, it's like wake up at 5, go do cardio, go to work, because I'm trying to take care of my physical health, whatever, and I feel like as I'm doing better with my physical health, my mental health will get a little bit better. And they always say working out is always good for the mind anyways, so I do that. I write out a lot of my plans in a planner, like weekly or daily. It's like, okay, you're doing this, and this, and like I always have some time for time with God, for prayer, or just doing like a daily devotional. And then it's like, all right, try to apply for some jobs if you can. If you don't apply for some jobs, read from your web design books and just learn something new about it that you can incorporate later on. And so I've been doing that. Craft. Yeah. So trying to keep myself stuck in my craft in some way, shape, or form, either doing it or learning up or something about it.
Nice.
So, but I always try to make sure at least weekly, try to at least do 5 job applications at least.
Okay.
So each week. So far I did about 15 in total since I started doing that. It's been tough maintaining that though, because some of the jobs be like either way out of scope for me, or I'm just like, oh, I applied for this job already, or something else. So they're like, you know, it's still a lot of places to look around, but then to also have to be more open to maybe possibly relocate. I don't want to relocate, but like I'll do it if I have to though, because you know it's tough right now, especially with COVID and stuff like that though. A lot of things got shut down. A lot of businesses that were there at one point just don't exist no more, and so now the market's even smaller and more competitive now for a lot of jobs. So it's like I gotta be able to move wherever the money goes sometimes, unfortunately.
Fair.
So especially if I'm going to be in a position where I could, you know, have my own family and stuff. I can't just be live off minimum wage. I ain't gonna get me no house. That's gonna keep me in an apartment or with my parents still. Yeah. So definitely gotta get out of that though. But I just want to a lot of times I always think about visualizing the current results that I want and then being in the result, but I'm not really thinking about the things I'm doing in between, like the journey, you know?
Okay.
And I remember some years back at a local church, our preacher, he mentioned this lesson about enjoy the journey, or thank God for the journey. That's what the actual title was, thank God for the journey. And he was talking about how the same thing, how we always visualize where we want to be and living in that moment of our life too, but not thinking about the steps that need to be taken to get there.
Okay.
A lot of times when we're not thinking about the steps to get to where we at, we tend to always fail because we're not planning out each step accordingly. We're not going to God each step of the way.
Okay.
We're like, oh God, I want to be here, and that'd be it. But we don't pray like, oh God, help me find the next steps I need to take to get me closer to my goal.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And so the prayers are more detailed, more in depth, and you're opening up more about what your plan is, but it's also helping you be more accountable and focus on the plan as well. And I definitely haven't seen myself doing that until recently, seeing myself taking each step at a time to do it now, because I was always praying for God, like, oh God, you're going to get me to where I need to be at. I want to be, you know, have my own house. I want to have my career job. I want to have my wife. I want to eventually be having kids, you know? And it's like, okay, yeah, but you got to do each step. Like, are you reading your books that you need to get to? Are you trying to learn new things in your craft? Because you can't just say like, oh, you got the degree and that's it, and just apply for jobs. You are constantly learning going forward. So it's just a lot more things going on. So
Yeah, dude. I think even for myself, man, you were mentioning, you know, appreciating the journey and everything, but I think, and I mentioned this before, I think the more we don't, or the more we focus on where we want to be, and we don't focus, we lose track of our blessings.
Yeah.
Like where we are right now. Like, look, you and I aren't riding bikes anymore. We have cars. You know what I mean?
Do miss the bikes a little bit. I was more in shape.
Oh no, definitely. But we're able to get to our jobs. We're able to go to further jobs. You're working for the state, bro. I remember when that was your goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were working for the state. You were working hard for it, talking to like mentors and everything like that.
Yep.
And you made it. I'm married now, man. Yeah, we want to be, like I said this before. We want to be in a house, right? But we're not going to just like look at this apartment and look down upon it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And look down upon where we are. Neighborhood wise, cars, stuff like that, you know what I mean? The more you look down upon where you are, the more you look at it like, I need to be better. And yeah, it's fine to want to do better, but you're gonna lose that contentment, as Paul was saying, like being content in every situation. And that's a scripture I think is good for talking about worry and anxiety. Philippians 4:6-7 or 6-8. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, send your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Sorry, y'all got a text message real quick, you know what I mean? You know, but once you focus on Him providing that peace, and focusing on where God has taken you from, then you'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm good. You know, I'm gonna push for more, but I'm going to take the necessary steps to get there. And I think there's a quote I love, bro. It applies, but it might put more pressure on somebody. I'll tell y'all why it hits me. Rest at the end and not the middle. And the reason I like that quote so much is because it keeps me going. It reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. It makes me look at the smallest details, bro. It makes me look at, okay, so if I want to be here, what steps do I need to take to get there, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm working 2 jobs. I don't want to be working 2 jobs. I want to be working 1 job, and not for anybody else, but for myself. I want to be creating amazing Christian content that is marketable and something we can profit off of. You, me, the editor, anyone else we bring upon, bro. I mentioned this to you before, but you know, RDC World, I love the way they're bringing in all the homies, bro, all their friends and everybody. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And I know we could do that. So I'm gonna be working hard. Our editor's working hard. I know you're working hard, but that's my overall goal, right?
Yeah.
And I know you have your own goals. He has his own goals, right? But my goal is to, make sure we eat, bro. And I know we have that. So I'm looking at it like, okay, look. So we have our ParablePreacher meetings, right? Cool. So I need to be doing this. I need to be uploading to TikTok because TikTok is very marketable. Mm-hmm. We can profit off of TikTok. I don't like posting every day on TikTok, but hey, do what you got to do to get to the next level. Okay, so what else do I need to do? I'm going to be making this, making that, and you know the details. But I look at it like that and say, look, this is what I need to do to get to the next level, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I thank God for every step. We have 800 something followers on TikTok versus the other platforms in which we have barely 100, and it's because it happens. But I look at it like, okay, that's because of the hard work that we put in, uploading consistently on TikTok, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making content, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm looking at it like this. It's a blessing from God, that I'm able to post on there. I put in the work, and people have been receptive. You know what I mean? There was something else you had said, bro. Yeah, man. I do my best to focus on, so what you were saying was try not to focus on where you want to be, to focus on the details, right?
Yeah.
I think it's possible to know where you want to be, but it's most important that you don't lose track of where you are and how far you've come. Because once you're just focused on the outcome and the ultimate goal, you lose track of where you came from. You lose track of God taking you from here to here to here. You know what I'm saying? Because you're too focused on hitting the ceiling. You don't realize you're not on the ground floor anymore. And that's the most important part, is that you have overcome some major obstacles in your life, bro. You're looking down, or you're looking up at how many more steps you need to climb. And if you just don't focus on, you can't focus on just the end. You need to focus on where you are right now and how far he's taking you. And it's important that, excuse me. Lost my breath right there. I got up, got all that. No, I'm joking. But
like, get this man's inhaler.
No, but further. All right. I don't know why I went so long with that bit. But no, like if you don't focus on, and that's why Paul said be content. Right. And that's why he said that he can be content in all circumstances, because he's already been well fed. He's been hungry. He's been without. He's been through all these things underneath the sun. So where he's at right now, I'm cool. Whether I am starving, I know I won't be starving soon. Whether I'm well fed, I know I might be starving soon, but I know most importantly, I can do all things through God who strengthens me. And people lose track of that sentiment. They just focus on I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, not knowing that earlier on in that scripture, he was talking about, like I said, Philippians 4:6 through 8, focusing on the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, and is gonna guard you. Not knowing that he said he was content in any circumstance because of, like he was saying, God's gonna protect him, and he knows that he can do all things through Christ who strengthens him. They just focus on that last part, not knowing the journey of it. And that's why it's most important we don't take the scriptures out of context, but we understand the importance and the context around each scripture, because it makes the scriptures more powerful. See what I'm saying? But yeah, I focus on the details, but I'm focused on where I need to get to also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think if you focus mostly on where you're trying to get to next, or your ultimate goal too often, you will look down upon the blessings in which you benefited from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the blessings he's given you.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, 'cause when you're talking about the blessings that we can miss out on, because oftentimes, a lot of us, we do just look down upon the blessings that we were blessed with over time. like you were saying before, like for a long time, either we were walking or riding our bikes to get to places. I remember the days, bro, when we were still struggling trying to get our first job when we got out of high school.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it took me 2 years to get my first job at Subway. I didn't even get it on my own. It took someone else to recommend me to get the job, bro. And I thrived in that job. Like, fast. Like, I was the head man, like the shift manager within like the first year of being there. Like, it was wild. I was like, wow, look at me making this money. I'm doing all this, and this. Then, like, the year later, at that same time, I was like, I hate it here. Left us on the door? Or?
Yeah, I'm about to lock the door.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to lock it. You can continue.
Okay. But, yeah, man, I was like, yeah, I completely hate it here. And, granted, like, I've been blessed with some awesome jobs, because I went from Subway to the movie theater, then to Subway, the movie theater, to Nike. Then I was working Subway and Nike at the same time. Then I was just working just Nike, and I had all the discounts at Nike. For those who wonder, yes, there are discounts if you work there. I was getting all the stuffs. Not as much, like I wasn't making that much money. So my family was they were buying more stuff than I could buy. And I'm like, dang, y'all could hook me up. It's like, you work there. I'm like, I don't make much money like you guys do. Y'all can help a brother out. I provide the discount. If it wasn't for me, y'all can't even have this job.
Man, that's fair.
Oh, well. But that's beside the point, though. But like you were saying, though, like just looking over our lives, you can see how God's been instrumental, how he's been moving pieces around and then pushing you up into the right places at the right time, too. And granted, I may have had some strife and hardships in those places I worked at. Like Subway, I had an abusive boss who was just verbally abusive. Movie theater, I had no sleep because the shifts would be super late in the evening. Nike, I just had horrible managers. They didn't know what they were doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we as workers knew way more than what they were telling us to do half the time. But even now, so as I'm trying to push to a newer level, I'm still at a good spot though. Like, granted, my job is literally boring. I literally scan stuff in front of, through a computer scanner all day. That's like literally most of my job. But like my job pays me enough where I'm pretty much paying all my bills. I'm not needing like asking mom and dad for money for anything. I'm able to pay all my bills without any worry whatsoever. I'm able to do most of what I want to do without any worries. So it's like I don't really have much to complain besides the fact that I want to do something I personally want to do. But not that this job I have right now has blessed me with everything that I need right now. And like you're saying, man, like it's just really important to count the blessings overall. Just like don't turn your head or turn your nose up from the current blessings you have. Like we have come very far. And I can see the growth in myself now, because now, like, even though I'm not financially where I want to be at, though, I feel like I'm spiritually growing way further than I imagined I would be. And like I feel a lot more closer to God now more than ever in my lifetime, which is like a beautiful thing, because I'm constantly trying to be in this word. I'm like, I'm doing Bible studies with my friends, doing the Bible plans online through the Bible app and everything, and it's just been good because some of the discussions I've been having, it's just been really good. And so now I'm just like, okay, now I feel like I'm learning to rely on the Lord more for a lot, like almost every aspect of my life. Not always trying to be like, oh yeah, I did that. Oh, I didn't know. It's like, thank God he allowed me to do this now. That's like the new thing I'm saying now more out that's coming out my mouth. It's not just like, oh yeah, I know how to do this, I know how to do this. It's like, nah, God allowed me to know how to do this stuff. Like, you know, I'm giving praise to him as anytime I can. It's such a beautiful thing. But then also too, there was another point you brought up too, how like society too, just for like with men, society tells men that you can't open up about your deepest fears, or heck, you can't even cry about your worries, whatever. It's like, nah, if you have a problem, you go out there and handle it, and that's it. You don't talk to no one else about it. You just go over and handle it silently. And if you fail, that's on you. You ain't man enough then, I guess, or whatever. But that's toxic. Life shouldn't be that way. And society is always trying to push this toxic stigma on men, but also women too. Women go through some crazy stuff too, and we don't even know half the stuff what they're going through. And I wish we had someone else here who could speak about what the things they go through and everything. No, but there's so much that we as people, we just automatically go through. But it's just all thanks to God that we're able to overcome all these obstacles, all these worries, all these doubts. And it's so beautiful knowing that he continues to find a way for us when we don't see the escape. He's always like, you be in we'll say a room that's on fire, right? No exit, no doors, no windows, nothing. You're stuck in there. And then out of nowhere, you're like ceiling door opens up and there goes like God right there. Hey, take my hand. I got the escape for you. You're bro, I didn't even know that was an escape door up there. It's like, don't worry about it. Just take my hand. Trust me. And like you go and then boom, there goes the new blessing. You're like, oh, nice. It's just, it's nice, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, okay, there's something you had said. Okay, I got a question for you. So we're talking about worry, and we've talked about ways to get over worry. And actually, let me comment on this just real quick. So you're talking about how you feel closer to God than ever, right? I think that's because you have been focused on the outcome. You've been focused on you being the best man in God you can be. You focus on someday, you know, when you get a girlfriend, turning her into your wife, and not rushing it or nothing like that, but that's your ultimate goal. Yeah, you've been focused on that and growing in God. So that's why I say focusing on the outcome is not bad. It's when we lose track of how far we've come, and we lose track on the blessings in which we're benefiting and reaping right now, which makes just focusing on the outcome the worst. You know what I'm saying? Or makes it bad because we don't love ourselves during the journey. You see what I'm saying? Right. We just wish we were at the end already. But because you put emphasis on, hey, me, Blake, I'm gonna make sure that I'm prepared to be a man for my wife, the husband for my wife, I'm gonna make sure I'm prepared to be a father for my children, Lord's willing. Whatever comes my way, spiritually, I'm gonna make sure I'm ready. That's why you've grown so much. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's why it's okay to focus on the end. You know what I mean? But we've talked about how to overcome worry, making sure we have outlets, making sure we're putting God first, and focusing on our blessings now, focusing on a plan. All these things help with conquering worry. What is something that has really hindered your growth from like something you've been worrying about and no. Let me hit you with another one. What have you learned from your worry?
What have I learned?
Has anything good come of worrying from you? Like I'm just like in your worst moment of worry. Do you think that anything's come from that?
So I would say 90% of the time, nothing good comes from my worrying. But that random 10%, sometimes things come out good. I would say sometimes when that little 10% when I worry about things, though, it kicks me in gear. Yeah. Like right now. So I have until November, right, to start looking for another job before my job like runs out. Because like, oh, you're no longer in school. It's like, okay, we have to let you go. Yeah. So it's like before, when I wasn't worrying, I wasn't applying for jobs to do anything though. But now that I know for sure that's like, hey, this is going more like 90% chance is going to happen. It's like, yeah, I should probably start worrying and start applying for more jobs and like push my own fears for applying for jobs aside and just push forward and try to, Lord willing, to find something. So I think that's like that 10%. Like, okay, my worries actually get my butt in gear to do something. Yeah. I will also say that my worry about, you know, going to hell when I was like sinning consistently, like willingly consistently, like sinning, got me concerned. Like, oh, well, I don't want to be like sinning one day, and then that same day it's like Jesus is here. Yeah, that's it. No chance. And I'm like, let me better make sure I be on the right foot as much as I can, if not all the time. You know. So, I mean, there's like a few things of worry that good comes out of it though, but like most of the time it doesn't, because it's like, I feel like physically it's not good for you, obviously, because even doctors they tell you too. It's like, oh, don't be stressed all the time. You get high blood pressure and yada yada yada. You know the list goes on, whatever. But then even spiritually too, it could hinder you, because when you're so worried, your first instinct when you worry is not going to God. Sometimes that's just not our first basic instinct. Our first basic instinct is to go for anything that's gratifying. And that's just how we're just wired. And so when I try to worry now, I try to, at least for myself physically, just take that deep breath a few times, play some soft music, go to God in prayer, talk to a friend about it that I can confide in, and then come back to God again, and then start implementing what I need to do. So I always go through that whole circle of a process over and over and over again. It could be a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly thing, but I'm constantly doing that to keep any fears I have of something put behind me so I can move forward with it.
True. So would you say that 10% in what you're learning something from your worry is because you incorporated the last thing you were talking about? Yeah. And I think that's the key. That's why I asked you that question, is because, like you were saying, 90% of the time in which we're worrying, we handle it the wrong way because we allow that worry, that anxiety to consume us to the point to where we become petrified and we lose the mental capacity to actually function sometimes. We lose the capability to make rash and rational decisions, or we make rash decisions and we lose the ability to make rational decisions. And I think that's why the Bible tells us not to be anxious. It's not saying don't be anxious, and once you're anxious, you're committing a sin. It's once we allow the anxiety, the not depression, the worry to consume us to the point we are not going to God, in which we are limiting Him. That's why it says do not be anxious about anything. And it's a good thing that you are going to God, I think. I think that's the main thing we do need to do, is go to God, but not, like we say, expect Him to perform a miracle right then and there. You come up with a plan, it sounds like, and that plan is coinciding, it's working with God, because I can't say the word coincide. It's I know, but it's working with God instead of working with yourself. And I think the more we just realize that worry is not, none of these things are bad. Like our emotions, they're not all bad. Anger is not bad. It's what you do with that anger. If you're angry and then you use that anger to motivate you, to push you forward, that anger wasn't bad. But if you use that anger to curse somebody out, to throw hands, when you did need to throw hands, when you did need to curse somebody out, and just to rage out, that's when it becomes bad. And the worry doesn't need to be bad either. If you allow it to, like you were saying, be that 10% in which you benefit from it. You pray, like, dang dog, all right, let me pray real quick, let me go to God, let me talk to Jory, let me talk to Blake, whoever it is, you know what I mean? That's when you are utilizing the right way. And once you allow God to just wash over you and say, look, I'm worrying right now, but God's going to protect me. He's gotten me through worse. Or even if this is the worst thing that's going on in my life and I'm worried about it. I remember the last time I was worried about something, like extremely worried about something, and I thought that was the worst thing in my life. He got me through it. And my faith wasn't that strong then. Or maybe my faith was extra strong then. But I know that God never leaves me, so I don't have to worry about it. And I know that He's not just going to take it away from me, because that's not the way He wants things to be. He's going to help me. He's going to ease my pain, ease my suffering, but it still may be there, but I know He's with me no matter what. That's when our worry can become our strength. It's just when we allow Him to truly work in our lives. So I would say pray, like you were saying. I think that's key. But just remembering that He's always going to be there for you. You know what I mean? I think that was good. Anything else that you have about worry?
There's so much things I could say about worry. Honestly, though, like I do want to talk about this though. I would love to see more men in the church as well talk about the things they worry about as well. Because I feel we also have that same stigma in the church among men to. Like, we encourage them to talk about things, whatever, though, but no one is really blatantly talking about, like, hey, like, brother, so, like, are there some things that you're worried about that we should pray for, or whatever? And, like, every time, like, people ask for prayer requests, you don't hear much men ask for prayer requests about, unless it's, like, somebody, it's like, I'm having trouble with my job, playing for my job, or, like,
physical pain.
Yeah, physical pain or something like that, and that's it, though. Not, like, it's always, like, surface level, I feel. It's nothing, like, in depth or in detail. And granted, I'm not trying to be on the business for everyone, no, but it's just, like...
I am.
Fair.
No, I'm joking.
He said the most straightest face. He's like, I am. It's like, Like, dang. But
I want all the tea. Call me Mr. Lipton. I want it all.
This man's stupid. That's funny. But no, like I want to see a lot more. Like we even said this all the time. That we want to see more men who are transparent.
Oh yeah. Oh,
overall.
definitely.
And like that, I feel that's like the biggest key to all of that. It's like, you know, there's not enough men being transparent. Like just not in a lot of ways though, but even with that as well, when it comes to like with their fears and things they worry about. I want to see more men talk about that though, because that would be more encouraging for younger men like us who are coming up to know about other outlets. Like, hey, brother so like, what are some things that you do that when you're worried about things? Like, do you just pray? Is there some other things you go to do? Do you hang out with more brothers? Do you go to your family? Do you go to the gym? Like, what do you do to calm your nerves, you know? I definitely want to hear more things about that. And just that as well, pray for others as well. I was been trying to get in the habit more to pray for people a lot more besides myself all the time. And it's definitely a humbling experience, but also takes the pressure off you, because when you hear about things that other people are going through, that's like, we'll say a worse situation than yours, it just minimizes your situation. You're like, oh, mine ain't that bad. Like that person got like cancer, they lost a loved one the other day, whatever, and I'm over complaining about a job. Like, a job's replaceable though, but what they're going through, you can't replace that, you know? So it just minimizes like the word of your stuff. I feel that's like kind of good to always look at other people, listen to their story, pray for them as well, but just also like be more mindful of what other people are going through and not just always focus in on yourself all the time, because our society always has focusing in on ourselves, and as Christians we have to be more dynamic to not worry about ourselves as an individual but others as a whole.
Yeah. I just want to talk about or touch on what you just said, focusing on other people. I think even if someone's not going through something like devastating, like that example, which is fine. I mean, you know, that happens. Unfortunately, people are going through things that are worse than what we're going through. But even if they're not going through something that's, you know, worse than what we're going through, but just praying for them is going to connect you with them and connect you with God, which makes you be like, you know what? I'm praying for them. Someone's praying for me. I may not know it, but I feel it. I know if I'm praying for somebody, God's gonna answer my prayers for that person. And why would God not answer my own prayers for myself? Even if I didn't pray for myself during that prayer, but why would God not be there for me? You see what I'm saying? It just kind of puts all of it in perspective, because you realize that God's there, that He's working in each and every one of our lives. So then it's like, dang, you know what? I got this. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, we as men within the congregation, within the church, within the church, not congregation, do need to be more transparent with one another, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm going through that Blake may go through in the future. You know what I mean? Lord's willing, when he gets a wife, has a son or daughter. If I'm transparent about my journey now, then you'll be able to be like, okay, I remember when Jordan's going through that. Jourdan was talking about it. So, one, he helped prepare me. Two, I can go to him. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to help him through it. You know what I mean? Obviously not like from a you know, you're not a parent or anything, but you're my brother. You'll be able to help me, support us. You know, I'm just saying stuff like that, right? Yeah. So you're gonna be like, you know what? I remember Jourdan was saying that. So I'm gonna go to him, and I'll be able to help you because I've been through that before. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm able to tell you about my worries about wanting to provide for a family, but also make sure that I'm fulfilled within my passion. With building a career, bro, I'm trying to, you know, literally build a brand here. You know what I mean? With this ParablePreacher thing, and that's tough, but because I'm thinking, dang, maybe I have to give this up to work a 9 to 5, to work at this company for the rest of my life to get a pension. Maybe that's the best way. Maybe ParablePreacher will just be a side hustle, and this isn't part of my goals. What is, like, how do I know what it is? How do I know? You know what I mean? So these are some things that I worry about. And someone else may be thinking the same thing. Maybe they don't have a family yet. Maybe they do have a family and they're thinking, dang, I'm stuck at a job in which I hate.
Yeah.
Is it possible for me to, you know, push for my dreams and stuff like that? Is that in the plan for me? Truthfully, man, if I'm just talking, I feel like I'm not even about to say.
Nah, bro, just let him have it. Let him have it.
Personally, bro, I feel like we dead our dreams before they're even able to reach their infancy. Like we kill it in. So we have a dream. We kill it when it's just a thought. It's not even able to reach the planning stages because we're like, no, that's stupid. Nah, I don't think I should do that. No, someone's already making something similar to that. So that's stupid. If we dead the dream in its infancy, it will never reach its full potential because we are limiting the dream. We are limiting our potential within ourselves. We're limiting God's the possibility for our dreams to come true. We're limiting God. In my opinion, bro, I feel like because He put that in you, it may not be what you want it to be, but it's better because it's something God wants it to be. And you don't know where it's going to go if you don't give it an opportunity to grow. You know what I mean? So that's just me personally. I'm gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off, dog. There's no way I'm killing any of this stuff. I already know. Like, you've read some of the stuff I've written about the goals. We've talked about this stuff. We talked about stuff. I already know we about to blow, bro. I genuinely do. It's just about the planning. Yeah. About getting it to go, and getting some light to shine upon it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, dude, I think
sky's the limit.
It is, and I genuinely think sometimes we just get too worried about people's perceptions of our goals. Not everyone's supposed to know your dreams. You know what I mean? I've mentioned some of it on here. But y'all don't know a lot of what I have planned. A lot. But that's because it's not for the people yet. Because I'm sure if I were to tell people some of the stuff, they'd be like, "That's what you want to do?" You know what I mean? Yeah. And they would dead it for me. You know what I mean? And once you allow people to seep into your mind, that's gonna make you even more worried. That's gonna make you even more doubtful of what you have within you. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes we allow people to cause worry within ourselves. That ever happened to you, man? Have you ever let someone sink into your brain and like, dang, they might be right about that. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this or this worry, yada yada.
You know, the funny thing about that, I feel like I did my own dreams before someone else does, though, because when someone else doubts me, then it makes me want to work harder to prove them wrong. It's always been like that for me. Like, I never care what other people thought a lot, especially when it came to stuff. Now, granted, when I shared that story where, like, you know, how I wasn't I care for my body, whatever, because people made fun of me. That's probably the only time someone like made me feel a certain type of way, though. And then after I got over that, I told myself, like, I'm not going to just let someone like shut down what I want to do or how I feel about things. Like, if I like something, then I'm going to like it. If I want to eat that, I'm going to eat that. If I want to go for something I feel like I can do, but see people say I can't, I'm going to go until I know I can't. You know? Okay. And so, like, I'm trying to bring that same mentality into my job search a little bit, though, because, you know, it's like I said, like, I did my own dream before I started, though. So sometimes I'll be so discouraged. I want to apply for a certain job because I'm like, oh, I don't qualify for that off the things. But then some people say, hey, even if you don't fully qualify, try anyways. It's like the best thing you could do is say, like, hey, it's like I have 70 skills. I don't have all the skills, but I'm still applying anyways, though, because I'm hungry for a job. And maybe they might just give you a chance just because of your blunt honesty sometimes. Yeah. So it's like, you know, I try to keep that in the back of my hat when I'm applying for jobs. It's like, oh no, it's like you don't want to have everything though, but like you are still growing. Like you're still infant what you're doing right now. Like you're not done. Yeah. You know, just to get to the degree was like the part to get you into the door, but now you gotta do the other part by learning some more. Because like you're constantly gonna be learning. You know. Yeah. And we as Christians too. Just because you get baptized doesn't mean stop reading your Bible. Stop trying to get people to come to church. Stop being a participant or whatever just because you've been baptized now you're saved. Like, no. That being baptized is one part, though. Now the real work begins is getting others to be saved as well, you know? Yeah. And so I keep that same mentality when I'm trying to go forward now. At least now I'm trying to get that mentality. So, yeah.
Okay.
Say no to naysayers.
Yeah, no, for real, man. Even if it's yourself, just don't limit what God has put within you. And also, we're not all gonna be freaking, what's his name, Elon Musk or Steve Jobs, stuff like that, right?
Those guys.
It don't really matter.
Yeah.
But but like for real though, like I feel like everyone wants to be like an entertainer, rapper, musician, whatever, right? Work hard at it. But just remember that God's plan for you may be more impactful, like on a smaller scale, maybe, you know what I mean? But don't limit yourself. I feel like limiting yourself is detrimental to your self-esteem, and it's detrimental to God because you're putting God in a box.
Yeah, you're
limiting what He may have for you. So reach for the sky, you know what I mean? But keep going ultimately, you know what I mean? And when it comes to worry, I think what we really learned here was pray about it, focus on the finer details of your plan, because once you focus on the finer details, you're not so focused on the end, and you're not focused on where you need to be, quote unquote, because being there is you'll get there, but make sure you're getting the plan in motion. Yeah. And just realize that God's with you every single step of the way.
Every step.
What recommendations you got? Because I think we're done with royalty. Holla.
Huh?
I think. What recommendations you got, bro?
None really, bro. I mean, I feel like I mentioned most of them like throughout the episode a little bit though. But I mean, if I had to give you guys a short,
so recommendations on like worry, or just recommendations in general. You know, it's just music, movies. Yeah. It could be both though.
I would recommend. Wow, I can't even talk.
Recommend.
All right, take two. I recommend that everyone who's a music lover like myself inspire yourselves to make an inspirational playlist of just the most inspirational songs ever that you like to listen to. Whether that could be J. Cole's intro, it could be free, happy.
I said, do you wanna be free?
Oh man, but yeah,
free from pain, free from scars, free to sing, free from bars, free my dogs, you're free to go. The block is hot, the streets is cold. Free to love, to each his own. Free from bills, free from pills. You roll it loud, the speakers blow. Life get hard, you ease your soul and cleanse your mind. You learn to fly, you reach the stars. You take the time to look behind and say, look where I came. Look how far I done came. They say that dreams come true, and when they do that, there's a beautiful thing.
My man know the whole lyrics. See, so if y'all never heard that song, I know we always talk about like shouting out to J. Cole, whatever though, but that song right there is just like inspirational. That's one of like our biggest inspirational song, and it's only like a minute and like 50 seconds or something like that, or less.
It's like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's super short song, but it's just the lyrics are good. But make an inspirational playlist and play that whenever you are feeling doubtful of anything. Don't forget to go to God and pray. Like, definitely do that, because that's like the first and foremost thing we should be doing though. But if you need other things beyond that though, like make that playlist, you know, do those type of things, because music is a powerful thing. I use it as a tool for my everyday uses, to go work out, to get myself inspired to do something, be creative even, or just to keep myself from being bored, even falling asleep. If you saw me on my everyday, you will see earphones in my ear every day, all day. Like legit, I'm plugged in. So, yeah, do that, or find something that inspires you and keeps you going. That doesn't stop you, that doesn't hinder you, but keeps you wanting to keep doing what you're doing. You know, that gives you the extra fuel you need. Even watch those inspirational videos that's on YouTube. There's like thousands of them.
Rise and shine.
Yeah. there's all kinds of them. What's another one? Inspirational quotes. Find those and then post them all over your wall throughout your home, inside your room, whatever. As soon as you wake up, boom, you see them and you like have 100 of them. I think my friend of mine, they printed out 40 different inspirational speech quotes, and they have them spaced out from their wall all the way into their bathroom.
Nice.
And like they read each and every single one as they're getting up going through the deck. They just read each and every single one going through the trail. And they're just like, all right, yeah. And then like the last one says like, you are beautiful, you are enough, you can make it happen.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, and that's like the last one they read before they walk out the doors of the world. They're like, all right, I'm going to do my thing. And it's like, all right.
Beautiful, I'm enough.
Yeah. So
I started laughing because I have a funny story about that, bro.
Yeah.
So I tried to do the same thing, but I put it in the bathroom, like in the mirror, right? Mm-hmm. So I wrote like just on sticky notes, "You can do it. Concentrate. You got this." And then so I was like 15, 16. And then our editor came over my house, bro, and he went to the bathroom. He was doing his thing or whatever, and he looked at the sticky notes. He said, "Concentrate. You can do." He's like, Why you talking to me while I go to the bathroom like this, bro?
I can't.
He just said concentrate while this man's going to the bathroom, bro.
Hey, to be fair though, the best ideas come from using the bathroom though. I'm not even going. You just be sitting in the bathroom, y'all see, you're just like, that's it.
Or just, shower, bro.
Yeah, man.
Shower thoughts.
It just hits.
Shower thoughts are heat, bro.
Bro, fire thoughts, shower thoughts, car thoughts,
water thoughts, or was it beach thoughts?
Beach thoughts.
Beach thoughts, bro.
Man.
Yes.
They just they hit.
We had some of the best conversations in the car, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
To Blue Ocean floor.
Yes.
On that blue ocean floor, where they find us no more.
Justin Timberlake, if you don't know about the song, check out the 2020 album he did before we had 2020. The very last song on the album, very long, 7 minutes long, whatever, something like that. But
it's heat, bro. It's heat.
Yeah, but I will say, because how did that come about? We played that song, and I think that was when we were both confiding each other about like not only our sins, but also the things we were struggling with and what we were trying to do in our life. Yeah, that song was always happened to be on when we were talking about our deepest things.
Yeah,
and so. If you don't have a friend like that, get a friend like that where you just like, you have that song. If that song comes on, you just don't hold nothing back. You just let it out. You're like, yo, I'm struggling with this, and this. I want to do this and this, but I can't do that because I'm struggling with this and this. Pray for me.
Yes.
You know?
Excuse me. Yes, we talked about that last episode. You need somebody in the church that you can talk to like that, bro. And we would not only talk about God, we would talk about anything and everything under the sun, bro. I just remember we'd be like this, Blue Ocean floor. Blue Ocean floor, and then we just started playing, and then we'd just be talking for hours, bro.
Yep, song on repeat.
On repeat, bro. Like it was heat, dog. And obviously times have changed. Like we've grown, but we still have those talks, bro.
Oh yeah.
We still talk about anything and everything under the sun. Like this man was he was the best man at my wedding, bro. Like. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Oh, you were late on that one.
What's up?
I saw.
Split second, yeah.
Yeah. He'll rewind it. We'll see in the edit.
I felt.
But nah, you really do need someone you can talk to. That's my recommendation, bro. My recommendation is one, find your why. What pushes you to get up? Why you get up in the morning? Why you do the things you do? Why?
Because I'm hungry.
Your why. This dude. But find your why. Like, what is your motivation? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you wake up? Why does Blake wake up early in the morning? Why does he push himself to be the best man? Because he wants to have a family. Because he wants to keep his body in check. Find your why. Why am I working? He's doing the thing. You're doing the thing. You know what I mean? I got to get back in the gym. I got to get on this level. But why am I working 2 jobs? Why am I pushing ParablePreacher? I'm working these 2 jobs so I can provide for my family. Pushing ParablePreacher so one day this could be my career. This could be my job. It could be the CEO. I'm helping people come closer to God. You know what I mean? We're making good content for everybody, bro.
Everybody.
This is heat, whether you're Christian or not. You're getting closer to God. You're getting closer to us, closer to yourself. That's the goal of it all. Find your why, and 2, find a best friend within your church, the body of Christ, a pen pal, someone on Reddit. Reddit's a little sketch. Fortune, that's even worse. Just find somebody. MySpace, yes, MySpace. There we go. Find somebody that you can get close to and you can have deep conversations with. Share your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. That's what you need in order to get yourself closer to God.
Yes, sir.
We haven't been recording today. No, I'm joking. All right, y'all. We out.
This must have been recording. Okay.
Dog, I would have been devastated, bro.
Bro, if we did, I'd be like, well, that was the first and last episode of that show. We're done. I was like, we can't bring that back again.
Yeah,
we had the energy. We won't have the topic for that. It's just
that would have been. Well, we did it once before, but yeah.
the first take's always the better take. I feel.
No, the second take
was better.
It was heat. It was heat.
True.
It was heat. It was heat.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I think we already talked about it. We mentioned it on the episode.
I think we did. Yeah, we did.
But that will do it for this episode of the ParablePreacher podcast, y'all. I'm the host and creator, Jourdan. Oh wait.
Not again.
Oh. There we go. All right. I'm the host, the creator, Jourdan. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
And before we go, guys, don't forget, find us on social media. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We are also on TikTok. And don't forget to follow us on ParablePreacher.com. Peace.